Now, it is that, I guess we're sort of living through this, unprecedented times with COVID-19. We keep hearing everyone say we're living through unprecedented times. We've never gone through anything like this before. And Melbourne's hospitality industry is hurting a lot. So I guess I just wanted to sort of take this opportunity just to talk about some awesome places that you might be going back to or suggesting once we can get out of this lockdown. So I'm going to pick your brain. We can brainstorm. We can throw a few out there. But I guess the first one I'm wanting to know is, what do you think is the best restaurant in Melbourne at the moment? I guess, put COVID aside and all the restrictions, but, if we could go out anywhere at the moment, what would be the best restaurant you'd go to?
I absolutely love Embla in the CBD. I think so many things that Embla does just tick all the boxes. Amazing food, amazing wine, the way they present things, the ambiance, the
smell of the bread in the kitchen.
Yes. Oh, their sourdough is incredible. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's so good.
No, they just do a lot of things really, really well. And then obviously upstairs at Lisa, which opened about a year or so ago. Embla and Lisa. You can't go too far wrong, I don't think. Yeah.
What about most underrated venue in Melbourne?
It'll sound like I'm giving a plug.
That's all right.
But I will give them a plug.
Yeah.
Have you been to you've been to Rena's before on High Street in Armadale?
I don't think I have. No.
Okay, cool. So let me tell you about Rena's.
Yeah.
So Rena's is one of our favourite places to go. Obviously, pre-lockdown, and when things get back to normal, we'll be straight back there. Ash and I love going there. It's a tiny little hole in the wall. Italian. There's a little bit of Asian sort of stuff in the way that Adrian and Danny do their food. So Adrian and Danny used to work at they did Saigon Sally and a few other places. I think they met at Donovan's back in the day. So they got some amazing experience. They're great cooks and great blokes. Just a little hole in the wall place. It's the sort of place that you can just go and sit for 2 or 3 hours and just have snack after snack and a little meal here and some dessert and a couple of bottles of wine, and it's great. So Rena's for the underrated win for sure.
That's awesome. What about the best pub, or the pub you were going back to when you can?
Do you know what I always say to Ash, especially like this time of year in winter, I wish sometimes we lived on the north side, because I feel like the north side has better pubs than the south side does.
Ooh, controversial. That's good though. That's a fair point.
I feel like Fitzroy and Collingwood just got some amazing pubs, right? But our local one here is the Erica down the road, and I love it there.
Where would you go in regional, Vic, if you've got a day trip or you want to have a weekend away? Where would you go?
Got an absolute soft spot for Daylesford, which I know a lot of people do in Melbourne, but I suppose for good reasons. Daylesford's beautiful and stunning, and there's some great places to eat there. Obviously, you've got your Lake House and places like that have the name, but then you've got a lot of smaller places, and especially over the last couple of years, there's a lot more restaurants opening up in Daylesford and Kyneton and Macedon and that whole area. Anywhere around there for a day trip or a couple of days. Love that.